And look at this cutie. Oh, she's amazing. This is a full-blood Nubian, and her name is Peaches. We're really thankful to have her. She's just so cute, and just that light color, but keeping, of course, with those Nubian ears. My goodness, you could eat those things. They're so nice and long and just amazing, and she is really gonna be a great addition. So on 20 Acre Farms, we've had sheep, we've had goats a while ago, we've had pigs, we've had cattle, you know, ducks, chickens, all of those things. There's just always something going on, and we just love the critters. But as we keep progressing and moving on and seeing how 20 Acre Farms works, what grows good here, what doesn't grow good, what we see a lot of that maybe we want to get rid of as far as just what a lot of people would call weeds. We understand that there's no such thing as a bad plant. It's just, how do you manage that plant on your place? And so as we progress, we're talking a lot about what animals are working the best on our place. And if that's something that you're working through on your farm, and if that's something that you're doing smaller quantity, even if you're doing bigger, larger herds, this information can be really good for you. So make sure to follow us and hit that follow, hit that like button if you like what we're doing here. Become part of a greater community that we have going here. We're starting to get some really great comments about what people are doing with the electric netting that we're using. You can see behind me, the electric netting we're using is the Premier One sheep and goat. It works great. With that being said, we have had sheep on the place for quite a while, and we went live about 2 weeks ago talking about how we're getting rid of all our sheep and we're moving on. We've done that. We've got rid of all the sheep on the place, and what we just noticed here on our place is the sheep were being too picky, and they were kind of costing a lot as far as the hay goes. Just keeping them as a healthy critter was more difficult than when we did have the goats before. What we had before was those milking Nubian goats. We loved them. They were great. So we learned a lot by having those milking Nubian goats, though. They had a disease that we didn't know about getting them. We got them. We found out more about them. We found out more about what that disease entails. And we just realized that for our farm, we did not want to carry on those genes. And so we sold the whole lot with the knowledge that they had what they had going on. And we just sold them all out. And we did more with the sheep. And now we've realized that the sheep aren't going to be the best for our place. So we moved back to the goats. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Bert. Whether it's Bert and Ernie or Bert Reynolds, this guy is going to be the main man on 20 Acre Farms. You know, we don't plan on keeping a bunch of billies around here, but what we've learned is maybe you should keep one billy goat. This little amazing goat, and this would be an Alpine Nubian cross. This little girl is only been here for about 2 weeks, and we're just so excited to have her. And what we're going to do is we're going to breed her this spring. And she's just tame and nice, and so she's going to be breeding stock, and we're excited to have her. She has Alpine and Nubian mix in her, and from what we understand, comes from a great line of milkers, and so we're just really excited to have her here, and just a new start. We love the Nubians because of the great milkers they are, but they also tend to have some problems that maybe the Alpine side can take care of more. Also, another thing is that if you are looking for a meat and milker, the Alpine would probably be a good breed to look at and check out. And look at this cutie! Oh, she's amazing. This is a full-blood Nubian, and her name is Peaches. We're really thankful to have her. She's just so cute, and just that light color, but keeping, of course, with those Nubian ears. My goodness, you could eat those things. They're so nice and long and just amazing, and she is really gonna be a great addition. All 3 of these goats are from the same farm, which we think is really important. They're all from different families, which we also think is important. There's no cross lines here, but it's just all an enclosed place. And so we're trying to really keep those disease out. We're trying to keep we're trying to keep everything really healthy and just a closed group. We're not going to be just going out and buying different goats now. We're going to start with these 3 and we're going to build from there, and we're going to have a healthy, happy herd, or try in our best capabilities of doing that by keeping a closed group here and not just bringing whatever we want on the place. And that is a big reason why Bert is going to be so important to our breeding here on 20 Acre Farms. Now he's going to be ready. We're going to want to separate him from the other 2 girls, but for right now we do have them together eating the same things and just trying to get them used to 20 Acre Farms and what we're doing here. But you can see they've been in here for over a week and a half or so, and you can see what they've done here. And what we're going to do today is we're going to get these guys moved and into a different spot that we need them to eradicate what's there and take out some trees we don't want growing. They're great at just the saplings and stuff. I don't want those there. And if we keep getting those goats rolling over some of that stuff, chewing on that, just stunting the growth, even if they don't completely eradicate it, it's doing them really well. These have big protein content to them. It's not bad for them to be eating this stuff at all. And so we're going to now move them to another area that's really been overtaken by some weeds, by those the saplings coming up, the little trees, and just stuff that it makes no sense to have there. And so these goats are going to be a great option for that. So right now I can pick them up and move them, and look at the. Anyway, so I'm just going to pick them up, and you can see these little hog panels over here. I'm going to set them in there while I reconstruct the electric netting for their new spot. But we're just going to put them in this holding area for just a couple minutes. Okay, last one. We'll get them in. Now, I'm not going to be able to do that for very long. But it's just kind of, so we're going to have to figure out a little holding place for them. It's kind of nice when they're so little, just to handle them every once in a while so they get a little bit used to that. I mean, I don't want them to think every time I come around I'm going to pick them up, but I think it's okay to have some handling with them for sure. This hasn't been grazed obviously this year. It was last year. We grazed it pretty low. It came back just thick this year. I mean, just insane. And we've got all kinds of junk in here that is not good for anything really but the goats. The goats are gonna love it. So we're gonna put them in here, but it's so overgrown that with this electric netting, I'm gonna have to weed eat if I wanna get any kind of charge out of it. And although these goats, I've had them in this electric netting for 2 weeks or so, and they're used to it, and I just really want to keep that fence charged up so that if they do decide to test it again, you know, eventually they're gonna know it's off or it's not working right, and they're gonna try it. But I wanna make sure that it's super hot for these guys. They keep respecting this fence. That's so important with goats. And we're just gonna make that small. We're talking, you know, maybe a foot path for this fence to sit in. And once again, all we're doing that for is so we don't ground the fence out. And so we're just gonna go along, make that right now. And now. And now. And now. That's all that fence line is. We just cleared a path here up to here, and just kind of you know, it looks like it's just butchered, like it's down to the absolute bare ground, which I mean it pretty much is. But I think what it does is it establishes so that we're obviously not grounding out the fence, but more than that, I think we're establishing a line that says to those goats, you know, a fence is here. You know that white is electric, and you're not going to test it, you're not going to try it. This is the line, this is the boundary. And so we get some of that established, and we really don't have to worry. But you can see, I mean, I'm just wading through this area here, and it's just vastly overgrown of all kinds of stuff. And if we don't tend to it, and it doesn't get utilized, you know, it's just not going to be worth much. It's just going to become overgrown with weeds and basically what I call trash on our place, because we do want good grass growing, and I don't want these trees getting out of control. And you know, we do want to kind of manipulate the land, if you will, so that they do suit our the animals that we have here, and we can use it. And we're going to do it in a way that works well with the critters that we have. It doesn't mean we have to come in here and just go nuts with burning and spraying and whatever, but we can use the animals that we have. And this is just going to blow you away after they've done what goats do so well in this area. I can't wait to see the outcome, maybe in a month or maybe in a little bit more. We'll see how long it actually takes them. And I guess another thing is, just because there's a lot of growth out here doesn't necessarily mean there's a ton of feed value. So we're gonna have to watch that, and we're gonna have to watch, you know, where are they lacking, and what do we need to give them. We obviously need to keep them on a good mineral program and some of those things, because they're goats, and we need to do those things to keep them healthy and strong and all of those things. So anyways, it's just great to have goats on our place. I'm glad I was able to introduce you to them. We're so excited to have them. If you like goats, if you're thinking about goats, make sure to join us. You know, make sure to subscribe, follow this, because we're going to be talking a lot more about those guys. And we've had a little bit of experience before, but we've had a lot of just one-on-one communication with people that have owned goats, and they've come out here and shown us what goats can do. And so just excited to have those guys, and excited to just render, I guess, some of this land to just be really productive and not overgrown, but productive and working well. And it's awesome. So thanks for joining along this day. And if you're thinking about goats, write a comment in the comment section below. Tell us what kind of goats you're thinking. If you're thinking about milking goats or meat goats with the boar type goats, You know, let us know what kind of goats you own or have, or if you've got some really ridiculous goat stories. We'd love to hear about that too. So share those with us. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.